How tired do I look? Good morning, and welcome to the Teacher's Wake Up Call. Okay, so yes, I was off Monday and Tuesday. There's a certain je ne sais quoi when you start your work week on a Wednesday. You know, you're that much closer to the weekend. Time is going by so fast. And fun news. I am now the president of l'Association québécoise pour l'enseignement du français langue seconde. I'm not quitting teaching. It's a title. I'm the face of the association. There's no true, it's not a job. It's a position, and that's it. But I basically, I don't want to say I nominated myself, but I volunteered for the position because no one else wanted it. You know, no one else wanted it, so I guess I'm doing it. Don't mind me, I'm replenishing my chocolate stash for the next couple of months. And before you think, you shouldn't be eating chocolate, it's for the team. I'm not the only one partaking of these treats, right? Because every now and again, a teacher walks in here and they are in dire need of chocolate. So I've got some Bounty, something different. You can never go wrong with some Aero and mint flavored too. So I raid my neighborhood dollar store and get chocolates, and that way my colleagues get their fix. You know, we're what? 6 in the staff room? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 people. And this lasts like a solid couple of months because, we're not scarfing down all the chocolate. It's back here. I have to be careful because it's closest to me. But basically, it's there if people need that little fix. And it happens. It happens to everyone. You need that little chocolate fix. But you're right, I have to be careful. I shouldn't be eating too many sweets, and that's why I've got. I wasn't expecting to be showing like how I organize myself, but I've got my jar of mixed nuts, which I sometimes add to my yogurt. I've got my coffee stash down here. I've got coffee pods. I've got almonds. I've got coffee pods and tea, and that's pretty much what I have. So I was due to pick up some chocolate because we were out. So that's what I did this past. While I was at Anime Ottawa, I was working Anime Ottawa. It was fun. It was great. I like the team that I'm working with, and they're kind, understanding, patient, funny. They're funny, and they value my contribution. They value the role that I have in that team, and that's always appreciated. So I did that this past weekend, and then I had Monday off and I had yesterday off, but I was working. Actually, I was working both days. I was doing work at home. I was catching up, and only to come here and I realized oh yeah, I forgot to do this, and I forgot to do this, and I forgot to do this. I'm trying not to stress because it can be very overwhelming. Like, I know I've got 70 70 paragraphs that I must correct, but I can fairly easily do that over the course of the next 3 days. My Japanese classes are starting up again on Saturday. Yay. Maybe. Oh, okay. So I'm going to upload as a short something that we did as a bit like of a joke, but at the same time, you know, we're supposed to do that. So at Anime Ottawa, when it's 15 minutes before the end, they announce like, okay, so the show's going to be ending in 15 minutes, you know, wrap up your purchases. Thanks for coming. See you next year type of thing. So I can't remember how we got on the topic, but I said, oh, wouldn't it be funny if we recorded it in Japanese in one of those like silly anime voices? And I pulled it off. Wasn't my best performance, but I pulled it off. Oh, speaking of performances, I'm still waiting to hear about the acting gig that I participated in. Apparently the videos are going to be released this month. They were supposed to be released mid-April. I'm going to be patient. I'm going to wait until next week. And if next week there's still nothing, I'm going to send an email and say, you know what? Mid-April was 2 weeks ago. I want to see the videos because I'm tired of going to conferences and events where other professionals in the circle, inner and larger circles, come up to me and say, I loved your videos. It's like, oh, you mean like Le Passeport de Risque Linguistique? No, the one about student teachers. And I haven't seen them yet. And apparently they think they're funny. So either I'm that cringy or I'm that funny or a bit of both. So I really can't wait. So that's been like the back of my mind for the past couple of weeks. I've been looking on their website regularly to see like when are they going to be released. Oh, and some meh news. So conference that I'm going to in July in France. I think I had told y'all the story about me sales pitching my workshop to this guy who is one of the organizers of said conference. And then I found out that the reason why my workshop, my proposal was declined was because I didn't give enough detail. Now you've got to understand, I've filled out many workshop proposals, okay? Full disclosure, my teaching partner, Annie, also does a lot of that. And she could probably agree that not every conference or organization works the same way. In some cases, they literally say, you have less than 200 words, explain. I was like, okay, less than 200 words. Other sign-up platforms say you have less than 500 characters. It's like, what can I say in less than 500 characters? So there was no way for me to know when I signed up for that conference how detailed I had to be. So I went for it. There was on that platform, you could upload PDFs. I'm going, okay, why would I want to upload a PDF? But I see why they wanted me to upload a PDF, because they wanted literally a verbatim transcript of the entire presentation. You know what? So I'm not upset. I'm not upset. I'm going to the conference anyway as a representative of La QFELES. So that's done. What I should do, and it's going to be on my summer's to-do list, I have to translate the lit review that I had done for a university class a couple of years ago, for which I tweaked, modified the Comic-Con project. I had called it Comic-Con for the Community. And it wasn't something that I had not considered before, because I do include feeder schools, elementary schools. I do invite artists and members of the community to participate in the school-based Comic-Con. So it wasn't far-fetched. However, I do clearly remember my professor at the time looking at me going, Comic-Con? Superheroes? It's like, how is this community related? I said, follow me, Noel. Follow me. His name was Noel. Follow me, Noel, and you will see. It is perfect. It's a perfect event for the community. And I think I got an A+ or something, but I got a good grade. I'm happy. But I did an actual lit review on it. And I did the research. And it was fun because like I already knew what I was talking about, but now I had to back it up with actual research. So I found tons of research proving that yes, connecting pop culture to learning a second language is helpful, is useful, where creating authentic situations. So basically, I did the whole research. I did it, and I have it. I still have the document. So I should create a French version of that document. So that way, if I do participate in another academic type conference, I could submit my project again and say, look, this is what I'm talking about. This is the stuff that I'm referring to. I'm not just talking about superheroes and geeks here. I'm talking about actual learning language in a authentic situation, in a very specific context, creating meaningful learning experiences for my students. So, on that lovely note, folks, I'm going to let you go because I've rambled on for almost 12 minutes and I've got stuff to do. It's a Wednesday morning, pretending to be a Monday, but let's face it, like the moment you hit Wednesday, it's Wednesday. It's no longer Monday. Have an awesome day.